The fruit of truth. The words of Elohim in one's heart. Living way.
Revelation chapter 4 verse 3. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 20.
0. The fruit of truth. The heartland. Take out the untruth from your heart and make it good soil. Sow the seeds of truth and bear fruit by cultivating truth.
Clear the field of your heart. Find the untruth that the Bible says to throw away or not to do. Take it out of your heart and make it fertile soil.
Planting the seeds of truth. Find the truth that the Bible says to keep and plant the seed of truth in the heart field made of fertile soil. Cultivate it and bear the fruit of truth. The fruit of truth. The fruit of truth. Project. 1. Project throw it away. 2. Project don't it. 3. Project keep it. 4. Project do it.
4. Project do it.
Take out the untruth from your heart and make it good soil.
Living way.
Revelation chapter 4 verse 3. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 20. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 20.
For ye are bought with a price, therefore glorify God in your body, and in your spirit, which are God's.
For you were bought with a price. So glorify God in your body.
For ye have been bought with a price, glorify now then God in your body.
For ye were bought with a price, glorify God therefore in your body.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 2.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
But because of the temptation to sexual immorality, each man should have his own wife and each woman her own husband.
But on account of fornications, let each have his own wife, and each woman have her own husband.
But, because of fornications, let each man have his own wife, and let each woman have her own husband.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 3.
Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband.
The husband should give to his wife her conjugal rights, and likewise the wife to her husband.
Let the husband render her due to the wife, and in like manner the wife to the husband.
Let the husband render unto the wife her due, and likewise also the wife unto the husband.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 9.
But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn.
But if they cannot exercise self-control, they should marry. For it is better to marry than to burn with passion.
But if they have not control over themselves, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn.
But if they have not continency, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 17.
But as God hath distributed to every man, as the Lord hath called every one, so let him walk. And so ordain I in all churches.
Only let each person lead the life that the Lord has assigned to him, and to which God has called him. This is my rule in all the churches.
However, as the Lord has divided to each, as God has called each, so let him walk, and thus I ordain in all the assemblies.
Only, as the Lord hath distributed to each man, as God hath called each, so let him walk. And so ordain I in all the churches.
1 Corinthians chapter 8 verse 9.
But take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
But take care that this right of yours does not somehow become a stumbling block to the weak.
But see lest anywise this your right, to eat, itself be a stumbling block to the weak.
But take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to the weak.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 12.
Wherefore let him that think he standeth take heed lest he fall.
Therefore let anyone who thinks that he stands take heed lest he fall.
So that let him that thinks that he stands take heed lest he fall.
Wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 14.
Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry.
Therefore, my beloved, flee from idolatry.
Wherefore, my beloved, flee from idolatry.
Wherefore, my beloved, flee from idolatry.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 24.
Let no man seek his own, but every man another's, wealth.
Let no one seek his own good, but the good of his neighbor.
Let no one seek his own advantage, but that of the other.
Let no man seek his own, but each his neighbor's good.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 25.
Whatsoever is sold in the shambles, that eat, asking no question for conscience sake.
Eat whatever is sold in the meat market without raising any question on the ground of conscience.
Everything sold in the shambles eat, making no inquiry for conscience sake.
Whatsoever is sold in the shambles, eat, asking no question for conscience sake.